everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. We should have a good one on tap here today. It's the Bengals coming in at 5-1, going up against the Colts, who come in at 2-5.
Larry, we are in the place the folks here call the Jungle, and that's Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Indianapolis Colts. This is taken at his 4. Now a play fake here on first down. Cruz on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now the rookie from Oklahoma, it's Joe Mixon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down, Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he spins through. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. They'll run with Darquan. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run. The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean. They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On 1st and 10, Brissett. And this one's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you. That one was. All the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. A second down throw for Brissett. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Here we go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now Mixon, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Nice little nifty play for them there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. They go play action here on first down. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford, used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about. He used to say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad,
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh, boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. So the D-line's going to spread out. To throw, Brissett shrugs him off. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Jordan Evans. with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a right side completion here by LaFell. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They'll stay on the ground, mix him again. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's where they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Dalton. And the grab by Croft. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Reminder, a couple of good games still to come. Later tonight, it's the Steelers on the road in Detroit taking on the Lions. Then Monday night, the costumes will be in full force in Kansas City, I'm sure, as on the day before Halloween, we'll see the Chiefs play host to their AFC West rivals, the Broncos.
And wasn't it just a couple of years ago? Those two played at night.
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9, from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Blitz coming and down he goes.
Partner, I know the ball security is preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
He's got a man complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Steps away to his left. Going deep downfield for Ross. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And tough starting field position here.
Let's go.
On the run, Darquan. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll run again now with Darquan. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Nice footwork at the 25. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A huge play that time for the Colts. 45 yards on the ground. Brissett to throw on first. Going up top. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
This is Robert Turman. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want us
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Dalton throwing on second down. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? He's got Cruz complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. To throw on second down. Dalton. Now he's flushed out left. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A first down throw for Brissett. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. And it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved down to an early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall at the 32-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Fresh set of downs here. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. First down, Brissett. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. And the 49ers have scored again, really extending that lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. Going deep for Moncrief. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by George Iloka. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here's Dalton. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. They've gone to the second quarter in Buffalo. The Raiders are out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Evans in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Brissett now on second down. And he rifles one incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Come on, let's go.
It's third and long for Brissett. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 49-yard punt. 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Now they run with Mixon. And some space here. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Taken in at the 11. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Here we go.
The tight end changing his position. Here's Darkwan. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Well, lose a yard, and it brings up third. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
Third down, Brissett. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And now the offense operates in the red zone. Second down, Dalton. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too confident.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jordan Evans in there to pick up his second. Sack now of the afternoon. Offense needs something here on second down. It is 2nd and long. Gun, Brissett. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Throwing, Brissett, and that is incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Avoiding the tackle, Bernard. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Second down following the run. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Passing. It's Dalton. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Kevin Huber now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's going to field this at the 4. Able to spin free. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Brissett. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Second down, Brissett. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. So it'll be first down here after the run. They go play action here on first down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Second and 10. Dalton once more. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Dalton here from the gun. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. That's the rookie from Ohio State, Malik Hooker, with the INT. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Now Darkwa. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Here we go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Brissett sets to throw it. And he's got Moncrief. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Let's go. 1, 9,
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. Buying time to his left. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Play fake. Brissett. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Again, it's Mixon. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 11. The slot man in motion right. Dalton gives to Bernard. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So the D-line's going to spread out. Here's Brissett. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. Second down. Brissett now. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Brissett. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he will have a first down here, but I have a feeling it's not going to be for long. They're already walking backwards. Third down, 15 yards still needed.
Here we go. 38.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Kevin Minter. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Quan Bray now to return this football. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
Come on, let's go. Try 38. Try 38.
Here's Brissett. Over the middle, complete. That's Rodgers. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks. On 1st and 10, Brissett. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. To throw, Brissett. Forced out to his left. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. The Colts on third down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Brissett. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So the pigskin will move from the 2 down to the 1.
And I have not met an offensive line yet that doesn't think they can get it in from the 1-yard line on a running play.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he knocks it through. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. On the run, it's Robert Turbin. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be